I gotta say, guys, I just read Gundam 8 and this manga is actually pretty good. So, of course, we start off here at Solar System, you know, on Earth. As you guys can see, countless eons have passed, and, you know, it looks like humanity's doing quite good. But, something else gonna happen. Feel free to press pause and read the thing if you guys want. So, as you guys can see here, Earth is pretty messed up. You know, ushering the eternal age, or eternal prosperity, you can see that everything is pretty much destroyed. Like, you're like, what the hell happened, right? There's the whole city destroyed. You can see that the sky is red. There's these kind of like comets or star showers going all over the place. You can see these big pools here, and it looks like they have blood in them. And here you can see that it's constant calendar 2030. You can see that this looks to be one of the bases which got hit really heavy. You can see the space launches here, and you can see that only one of them is actually working. And you can see that a lot of people have died here, and there's only 258 humans left. So as you guys can see here, Gundam Sirius is here, or Celius, and it's the last Gundam. This is the only Gundam that they have left. You can see that it's badly damaged. It has blood on it. Yes, that's blood. That is not oil or anything like that. And here we have our main protagonist coming out of the Gundam. And there he is. Now, as you guys can see here, it looks like these are the aliens. And you can see how they're just on the ground there. And yeah, it's aliens. Well, until now it's aliens, but you can see these shards here. And you can see he's doing some type of connection. And he's pretty much, you know, looking at his friends. You know, looking at pictures of his friends, and he's just staring at them. And here you can see him, you know, remembering his friends and seeing how the star shower is just going. And then we learn his name. It's actually Naomi. So yeah, and that is Nathan right there. So basically, what's going on is Naomi is gonna be protecting this shuttle launch that is gonna go to space with the Gundam. And you can see that they're actually working on the space shuttle. There's people that's hurt here really badly. You know, they have 20 minutes until the injection, you know, for them to go. And basically, you know, they're pretty much kind of saying final goodbyes, but not really, you know. And Naomi is confident that the series is gonna keep them safe. And you can see the Gundam, man. It looks awesome like this, with the damage, with the blood. Bandai, you have to release a bloody version of this guy as a master grade, obviously. So, getting ready to launch here. As you guys can see, loading up the people with IV blood bags. Man, this is, you know, this situation is actually pretty darn bad. So yeah, here comes a girl, and we figure out that she is his love interest. Yes. You can see both of them here together, just talking on the Gundam. She's like, hey Naomi, you know, what's up? Do you remember the days and all that stuff? And it's actually, it doesn't feel forced. This romance that they have here doesn't feel forced. It feels like they've been together for a long time. And you know, they're, you know, just saying goodbye pretty much. And she basically, you know, tells him that she wants to stay by his side forever. You can see the blushies here. I like the artwork, how they did it. And he's like, yeah, all of you must make it through. You know, that's his mission. That is his mission. Like, he just wants to protect all of them. And she tells him, never surrender your will to live. Never abandon hope until your final breath. You possess that strength. Because you're Naomi. The Naomi I fell in love with. He just says, yeah, you know, pretty cool. So, here comes the enemies. And you guys can see that. That's a long runway for the shuttle to take off. Of course, quick hug. Then let's say a 3. Umut. I don't know what that means, but it's just Umut. This is a cool ass shot. I mean, the Gundam is there in the middle. You got these stars there, and the base there on the back with the sun coming out. It's awesome. It's awesome. So we're getting ready to go, and here is the enemy. Here are the big guys. Yeah, they're big. These guys, remember, this is manga number 1, so it's not explaining what they are exactly. I think they're aliens, and I think the comets or star showers is basically the aliens just falling to Earth. And you can see how there's a big one here, and there's these ones here. The designs are very interesting. I was thinking that maybe they were gonna look like Saku's, you know, like the Saku head here, but honestly, now seeing them properly, I don't think so. I don't think that they look that much like a Saku. But you know, one of the things is that we find out what Sirius' special ability is, and his special ability is this: the shards. These shards just get energized, they start flying around, and you can see that he basically makes a tornado of them. Now, I was thinking that he was gonna use them to attack, which honestly, that would have been pretty awesome. He probably would have wiped out all of them with that, but no, he does not do that. What the shards do is actually fix the Gundam. Yes, so all those shards are actually pieces of the Gundam. And it looks like this Gundam is gonna be able to regenerate. In fact, that's what it does. As you guys can see here, the shards are reforming the Gundam, which is pretty cool. And you can see here it's brand spanking new, doesn't even have blood on it. And with all that, he still has shards flying around. And he does use them as weapon, which is pretty darn awesome. Now, it's not explained if you can do this unlimited or if he's limited to it. We don't know. It's just really cool. It's awesome. I love that. And check that out. It's just a rain of, I say, Gundanium raining down on the enemy. That is just awesome. You can see the fins here lighting up. It's just so darn good. He does take out the beam sabers, you know, to cut them off. And then this guy comes here. Check this one out. This one looks like a Gundam, doesn't it? It looks like a Gundam that was taken over by one of these alien beings. So we check back with the guys, and they're pretty much, you know, getting ready to leave. You can see 2 other characters here. Pretty much they're scared because they see all these enemies coming at them, but also they see that Naomi is actually kicking ass. You know, he's actually protecting them and just taking them down, even when they think things are getting really bad. Boom, he shows up to save them. So, so this Gundam isn't, this protagonist, you know, he's not just mopey or emo or anything like that. This guy is a badass, and he's already grown to a hero and a pretty skilled pilot as well. So this series has already started with a big bang, you know. So the shuttle takes off, of course, and you can see the stair down here. You can see that this guy, the sword that he has, is actually pretty darn crazy. Like I said, it looks to be like a Gundam that was taken over. You know, maybe this used to be a Gundam. It looks like it because of the Vulcans, the shape of the face here, the eyes. And I think maybe this used to be a Gundam, but that it was destroyed and was taken over, probably. Here you can see them just fighting against each other, you know, going at it. And it's crazy design what this thing is, and check that out. Opens his mouth, fires a freaking beam at him. He manages to dodge it, but look at the destruction made here. It is a lot. So these aliens are pretty much no joke. Look at that. That looks so crazy. It looks like a freaking demon. And you can see that he's, you know, he's emotional about it, because he knows he has to take this thing out. And that's exactly what he does with the beam sabers. He just goes, flies around, dodges, gets hits a bit. You can see here some of the Gundams taking damage, and he's able to cut the head off. And here you can see, I like how they kept the damage here on this side. And like I said before, it looks like this alien, at least this was a Gundam that was taken over, and he knew the person that was piloting it, you know, and having to destroy it like that seems pretty sad. But here you can see that the shuttle is finally leaving, and then this big thing guy, this guy shows up, and he just goes at it. He's like, fuck it, we gotta kill this thing. You can see that it's slashing it all over, kicking its ass. But this thing counterattacks and destroys one of the arms, as you guys can see there. But we know this Gundam can regenerate, so I don't think he's gonna be pretty worried about that. And he just slices the head off. And there it goes. Goes down. Still looking at the ship. And this thing just somehow just falls on him. From the looks of it, kind of tackles him. And it does destroy part of the cockpit. You can see that he's getting hit with shards there. It's bleeding. And he got hit pretty nasty. I mean, he got shards here, 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 here. That's pretty bad. And you can see how the Gundam is saying caution, caution. But the caution is not for the Gundam, the caution is for this. These aliens are almost on the way to getting on the ship. Some of them do get on. But, of course, using his willpower and activating the Gundam's power, oh yeah, the shards start flying. And as you guys can see here, he just starts taking them out with the shards. And that's awesome. That's actually pretty darn cool. And here you can see him fighting this big thing. Finally stabs it with the beam saber. Cuts it up again. And cuts it up one final time. And I love the way it's holding the sword. You can see that the cockpit here is pretty much destroyed. The Gundam doesn't have an arm, but has. And the Gundam didn't really take that much damage, except for the cockpit and the arm, missing arm there. And there he goes. He falls on the ground, looks up, and the ship made it. And you can see that he's starting to pass out. And that's pretty much it. You know, the shuttle made it. The Gundam is there, but it looks like the aliens decide to go. Well, actually no, it looks like they're going towards the Gundam. and then it's just we find out that his full name is Naomi Subaru. Subaru. Ooh. So yeah, this looks like the next manga will be 4 years before what we just saw. And it looks like Naomi used to sleep hot. So yeah, that's pretty much it. But man, I like it. I like the way this is going. This is cool. Man, we need a Gundam series that kick ass. And this manga is kicking ass. Like, dude, the whole thing of the Gundam being able to regenerate its parts with the charge that it's losing is pretty awesome. Obviously, it looks like this Gundam, if it takes, you know, good amount of damage, it won't be able to kill itself back up. But man, just this is pretty darn cool. Really darn cool. I really like it. I really enjoyed this story. This is a story that I wish, you know, Gundams versus Aliens. I think this is a story that should have been made many years ago. It's a story that we kind of got in Super Robot Wars, in some of the Super Robot Wars games, where we had the invaders from freaking Shingether, but it wasn't directly tied to the Gundam universe. But this one is, and I love that. I love the setting. I really like the protagonist. I really like Naomi Subaru. I think this guy is cool. He's calm, collected. He does have emotions, but he doesn't, you know, he's not like Amuro at the start, that he's just a scared little boy. This guy, no, you can see that this guy's a man, you know. And I like the romance, the way they did it, because it doesn't feel forced. It doesn't feel like, hey, yeah, oh, I just like you. No, it feels like they've been together for a while. And I really want to see more of their backstory. I want to see what the hell happened. What are those aliens? What the hell happened to Earth? Why is there only one Gundam left? Because from what we see here, you see that Earth looks very well developed. Really in the future, why is there one Gundam? Why was there one? Did they get rid of all the weapons like they did in Gundam Wing, which at the end of Endless Walls, which clearly that was a bad idea for the next chapter in that story, and for this one it looks like the same thing happened. That's why you can't get rid of all the guns, man. You need them, because if you don't, then when the bad guys come, the real bad guys come, you're gonna get caught with your pants down. And it looks like maybe this Gundam didn't get upgraded all the way, you know, developed all the way, but so far I'm really liking the story. I like it, and I cannot wait for the second chapter, because this is, I really want to know what the hell is happening. Honestly, in my opinion, hands down, this is already 10 times better than GQUUUX. Hands down. This is the most interesting Gundam manga that I have read in a long time. And I think if this first issue is this good, if they keep going with that, I think this might be better than Gundam Crossbones, which is one of my favorite Gundam mangas out there. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys next time.